Virgo, horoscope, September 2020. Your ruler Mercury is in your sign to start the month, but quickly moves into beauty-loving Libra on September 5th. You still value practicality and common sense, but things like manners and appearance are important to you now as well. You expect others to be on time and to say thank you and excuse me whenever it's appropriate. There's a new moon in your critical sign on the 17th, so there's very little you won't notice. Do you have to comment about every little thing you see that's wrong? No, not necessarily, but how will improvements be made if you don't offer constructive criticism? Your hope for the future is based on people listening to your opinions and ideas about how to make things better. The Sun enters Libra as the fall equinox brings an equal balance of daylight and nighttime hours on September 22nd, which is very fitting given Libra's quest for equilibrium. As the new season begins, this is your chance to start fresh in many areas of your life. As a goal, work on the delicate balance between work and home life. You get quieter and more contemplative as Mercury pairs up with secretive Scorpio on the 27th, but resist the urge to overthink things. Jealousy and suspicion can run rampant now if you don't let the other person tell their side of the story. Dreams of Gaia. What is the spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Virgo in September of 2020? For spiritual, we've got the Nine of Earth. For intellectual, we've got the Four of Earth. For physical, we've got abundance. For social, we have emotions. And for emotional, we have King of Fire. The Nine of Earth. Key words: altruism, generosity, charity, giving, receiving, selflessness, benevolence, humility, self-love. Key phrases: how important are your material possessions? Support a worthy charitable cause. Give away all that is no longer needed. Give without bias or expectation. Heal self by helping others. Skeletons in the closet. Charity begins with you. Address any health concerns. The Nine of Earth is the caring, charitable, loving inner higher self. So you can't love others until you know how to love yourself. If you're too hard on yourself, too critical of yourself, then you're going to be the same way to others. It's kind of like the spirit is teaching you how to be the giver of energy and nurturing and loving when you can. Okay, you don't want to exert yourself too much and be drained, but you do want to make sure that you are capable of doing this on a monthly basis and not ignoring it completely. So that's the message for your spiritual aspect of yourself. The Four of Earth. Key words: commitment, stability, reliability, steady progress, endurance, perseverance, stoicism. Key phrases: slow and steady progress, one step at a time. Fear and doubt slow forward momentum. Do not falter. Rest and recharge. A good outcome ahead. Do not make hasty decisions. Watch for careless errors. So the Four of Earth is feeling like you've done a lot, you've accomplished a lot, but not quite there. Almost maybe willing to give up. but keep going. You're almost there. It's like the what do they call it when you're working out? The trainer, the pep. He tells you, come on, one more. Like, you're almost there. Just push those muscles a little bit more. This is your intellectual. You're thinking about how frustrating it can be. Don't give in to the frustrations. Try to maybe go back to the spiritual aspect of yourself and care for yourself and do what you need to do to keep going. Don't let your mind get in your way of causing you to fail. Abundance. Keywords: abundance, consciousness, giving, receiving, energy, love, appreciation. Key phrases: abundance is a state of plenty. Abundance is a feeling. Abundance surrounds you. Have faith and conviction. Complete trust is required. Your rainy day is today. Determine your goals and reasons and set intentions. A state of contentment not influenced by external factors. Relax and enjoy yourself. Generosity ripples outwards. The more you give, the more you receive. Appreciate and be grateful. Abundance should say appreciation, because the more appreciation, the more abundance, right? They go hand in hand. Something I've struggled with, and I still can struggle with from time to time in my mind. When my funds are going down and they're not going up, I'm losing money, not gaining money. That's a common struggle I've had, and I'm learning to deal with, and I'm going to have to overcome. This is the physical aspect of yourself. This includes finances, your environment, your home, anything in the material world or 3D world or the matrix, whatever you want to call it. So, abundance. So this is the more you reach abundance because you're from a place of lack, the less you'll get it. It's kind of like the rubber band effect, though. As soon as you start letting go of wanting the abundance, it comes and snaps you in the face out of nowhere. So, that's the same could be said about everything in life. The more you reach for it, the further it gets away. But when you stop reaching for it, it comes to you. But you got to reach for it to get it, right? So it's kind of it's like a rake in the face, kind of. You have to walk through, but to realize there's rakes, you get to step on it. Anyways, it just makes me think of a scene from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when they're walking through the sand, and every time you have a thought, they get slapped in the face. But yeah, abundance is your physical aspect of yourself in September, Virgo. Emotions. Keywords: feelings, emotions, emotional honesty, positive emotions, negative emotions, acknowledgement, acceptance, expression. Key phrases: all emotions are necessary. How are your feelings influencing you? Use your feelings to evaluate a situation. Heed the message behind the feeling. Are you a negative or positive person? Do not prejudge the present based on the past. Practice acknowledging your feelings. Fill your day with laughter. Step back and detach emotionally. Positive emotions open you to learning. Repressing emotions creates disease. Address symptoms of emotional repression. So with emotions, you have the female down here being all depressive or frustrated or upset, and then you have the same female up here all brilliant and shining and holding the sword of truth. So your social aspect of yourself is reflecting back at you about how your emotions may be the source of what you need to work on with the social aspect of yourself in September. Past, present, future emotions. Maybe you need to go watch some comedy and laugh and get release. Maybe you need to sit down and have a conversation without any arguments or kind of a intervention from your or with your social aspect, your friends, family, whoever's in your life, and your emotions. Your emotions is the source of your social aspects of yourself, Virgo, in September. King of Fire. Keywords: proactive, dauntless, inspirational, vital, powerful, passionate, charismatic, involved. Key phrases: ground and focus your passion. Be more than an ideas person. Remain involved from start to finish. Every leader is part of a team. Delegate. Be dauntless. Respect your position by respecting others. Show your appreciation. Keep your temper in check. The King of Fire is the passionate leader of a group. He knows he's nothing without his family, friends, his social aspect of himself. Reflecting back on that with the emotions and connecting up to the spiritual aspect of yourself, of charity, of caring, of loving. This is your emotional aspect of yourself. Passionate, but you may have a temper from time to time. You may be lashing out and acting irrationally, not taking the time to breathe and walk away and then come back after you've calmed down. Whatever it is that you need to control your temper, you need to do that. Your emotions and your heart rely on that, because your heart gets stressed when you're in your temper. And that's not good for your heart. Druid, craft, tarot deck. What is the spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Virgo in September of 2020? Spiritual, Eight of Wands. Intellectual, King of Swords. Physical, Eight of Pentacles. Social, Queen of Swords. And emotional, Two of Swords. The Eight of Wands, key words: speed, synchronicity, accomplishment. With the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Earth, this is saying accomplishing or having the moment of what you need to accomplish, what you're looking for, whether it's love, relationship, whatever. Or it's the opposite of that. You're in your own way, you're causing problems for yourself, you're not realizing it. You need to work on the healing aspect of yourself. Your spiritual aspects of yourself need to get, is going to get the right attunement it needs in September, or you need to have a change of attitude. Do the work, change of perception. Maybe see things from another door of perception. And do the work for the healing, the charity, the loving, the healing, putting it out there with the spirit, the universe, and doing what God or whatever your higher self would tell you to do. King of Swords, keywords: intellectual, decisive, discriminating. King of Swords and the Four of Earth, holding up what you're accomplishing, trying to fit in that last piece, what you're thinking about. King of Swords, either good financial or legal advice or bad financial or legal advice. Either part of the system, the supportive system that you've put yourself in, or you're rebellious, fighting against it. If you're rebellious, fighting against it, this is going to fall on your head, and everything's going to collapse around you. If you're in a good supportive situation and you're building up something, King of Swords is saying you're doing the work. You're getting your mind right. You're doing it. You're thinking right. You're thinking about the good things. You're thinking about the success, the achievements that you're about to accomplish. Eight of Pentacles, keywords, steady progress, training, apprenticeship. The Eight of Pentacles in abundance, steady work, paying off, investments finally paying back, all the diligence and time you've spent paying back, or the opposite of what I'm saying. Corruptedness, maybe it's time to change what you've been working on, put it away, give up on it. It's not working out, it's not paying out, doing a lot of work but not getting anything for it. Get the abundance aspect going with the Eight of Pentacles aspect, either doing the right work or cut yourself from doing the wrong work. Physical aspect of yourself. Queen of Swords, independent, keywords, independent, graceful, analytical. Emotions in the Queen of Swords. She can be emotional, but if she's handling her emotions correctly, she will be the brilliant, radiant, illuminating aspect. If she's not, she's going to be the little depressive, tormented, frustrated aspect. Okay? Your emotions and the Queen of Swords. Believing her lies is this dark one down here. Understanding her lies and being honest about her deceit, if she has been deceived, is this one up here. Turmoil, trust, issues in the past, breakups, divorces, issues with children, whatever it may be. Which side are you on with your social aspect of yourself? Two of Swords, keywords, dilemma, opposition, procrastination. King of Fire, Two of Swords. She's got two different ways to handle the situation. She's blindfolded. She has to rely on her instincts, intuition, experiences. King of Fire here. Don't act on impulses is what the King of Swords is, or the Two of Swords, when you also have the King of Swords, but the Two of Swords, don't act on impulses. Be that master of your emotions, your heart, and understanding. The timing is everything. Learning when to strike, when to move, when to go. King of Fire with the passion, the leader, the experience paying off. Your emotional aspect of yourself is a little bit of King of Fire with the Two of Swords, figuring out how to correctly move forward in September. Terror Familiars, what is the spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Virgo in September of 2020? Spiritual, Knight of Cups. Intellectual, Five of Swords. Physical, Three of Pentacles. Social, Three of Cups. And emotional, the Tower. The Knight of Cups. An invitation or opportunity may soon arise, arrival, advancement, attraction, challenge, proposal. Or the opposite, subtlety, artifice, inducement, fraud, sly, and cunning person. Spiritual aspect of yourself. Need to heal those negative points. Get on the positive side, the higher self side, with spiritual. Eight of Wands here. Throwing it out there, getting the timing, the divine timing and healing of the inner self, the higher self, with God within or without or whatever, the attunement with the universe, seeing how things work, recognizing signals and signs and coincidences to being messages, charity, connection. Hear the message, listen to the messages. Five of Swords, conquest, defeat, degradation, revocation, infamy, adversaries, or the opposite, uncertain outlook, weakness, possible misfortune, befalling a friend, seduction, burial. Five of Swords, connecting to the Four of Earth and the King of Swords. So conquest, defeat, degradation, revocation, infamy, adversaries. That's what you're thinking about while you're trying to hold this up and be the King of Swords with these Five of Swords. It's like being overburdened with so much going on in your mind and what you're thinking about. Maybe you need to just let it go and take time away from it and focus on what you really want to accomplish. Don't let the Five of Swords get in your way of being that King of Swords that is on his throne of his empire that he built. Three of Pentacles, mastery, perfection, artistic ability, dignity, renown, power, or mediocrity, money problems, preoccupation, lower quality. This is your physical aspect of yourself. It connects directly to the Eight of Pentacles, and what I was saying is what you're working on paying off? Are you becoming a master, or are you in delusion that you are a master when you really haven't? You're mastering something that's worthless, or mastering something that doesn't do anything for you. You want the abundance, right? So you gotta be mastering the right stuff and working on the right things that actually align with your soul mission or your purpose or your reasoning, your mission. Why were you put on this earth, kind of thing, What's the meaning? The meaning of your life? To get the abundance. Physical aspect of yourself, Virgo. Three of Cups. Conclusion, comfort, healing, satisfactory result, compromise, or position of excessive pleasures, overabundance, loss of prestige, delays, emotions, Queen of Swords. Are you the ruthless Queen of Swords, cutting people's heads off when you don't need to be cutting people's heads off? Maybe there's more diplomacy, divine feminine aspect of yourself that you need to work on with your emotions. Three of Cups can be properly lined up like a fountain overflowing, or they can be pouring out the emotions that need to come out and refilling with fresh, clean water instead of that nasty old stale water that's been sitting there for a while. Social aspect of yourself. Are you in harmony with your friends, family, and people around you? Get connected, work it out, figure it out, cut those who need to be cut. The Tower. Change in a complete and sudden manner. Abandonment of past relationships. Unexpected events. termination, adversity, downfall, disruption, loss of stability, loss of money, loss of love and affection, terrible change, annoyance, or continued oppression, living in a rut, entrapped in an unhappy situation. So the Tower, reflecting your environment, your physical aspect of yourself, and your social aspect of yourself. King of Fire connects to the social and spiritual aspect of yourself. And the Two of Swords, figuring it out so you know which way to go, relying on instincts, intuition, not acting on impulse, and learn bad behavior, negative habits that you may have accomplished or not accomplished, but distinguished to be who you are. Negative aspects. You need to be looking through a new way of seeing who you can be. Maybe if you were the future on your deathbed looking back at you, what would you tell yourself right at this time in your life to be aware of and how to think and what to do? Maybe you would have done it a little bit differently. Think about it. Your heart is telling you that the Tower, the King of Fire, and the Two of Swords connecting for the message you need to hear on your heart in September, Virgo. What does Virgo need to hear to heal themselves in September of 2020? I'm going to start over and do it again. Cut. What is the message that Virgo needs to hear to heal themselves in September of 2020? Self-sabotage. Become conscious of how your inner saboteur functions. You are about to sabotage a big opportunity. Now's the time to stop procrastinating and cease focusing your energy on why you are unworthy or wonderful, enriching experiences. Of why you are unworthy of wonderful, enriching experiences, Virgo. I mean, look, did you see the card? There's a female being touched by death. 2 death figures. The candle light blown out, and the owl flowing above, and the moon. It's like the High Priestess in reverse. When you connect to the saboteur archetype, you begin to recognize all the ways you pass up interesting opportunities and relationships which could make you grow, learn, evolve, and become fulfilled. The saboteur is terrified of change and guards your heart from that which is meaningful to you, with the misguided belief that if you don't try, you can't fail. It forgets that if you don't escape from your comfort zone, you cannot succeed and experience the love and joy which would fulfill you. On the lighter side of the saboteur can help you connect to your intuition and help you to listen to your deeper wisdom. It can assist you in deciphering a potential dangerous situation from an exciting one. So that reminds me of the Two of Swords in your emotional aspect of yourself. You got yourself into a dark wood situation and there's 2 paths. One leads out, one circles back and keeps you trapped in the forest, like in The Hobbit, the second one, where they become lost in the forest and become spider food, but luckily get saved. What is the life purpose for Virgo in September of 2020? writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. You drew this card as a validation of your dream to be a writer, whether your medium is books, articles, or screenplays. The angels encourage you to explore writing as a career path. This will involve some discipline on your part, as you will need to spend time engaged in this activity on a daily basis. The angels remind you that your writing is an art and not a science. Therefore, it can never be completely perfect. Your ego may whisper fears and insecurities inside your mind, designed to make you procrastinate about a writing project. If this occurs, call upon the angels, particularly the messenger angel, Archangel Gabriel, for confidence, clarity, and motivation. Or you write in a journal, write about your dreams, have a dream journal. The angels will also help you find publishing outlets for your writing projects if you ask for their help and then follow their intuitive replies. Right? Doesn't matter if you actually do something with it, but writing, it seems to be the answer for you in September, Virgo. Keepers of the Light, who has a message for Virgo in September 2020? Kuthumi. Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. It's pronounced Kuthumi. Is an ascended master who appears as a well-dressed Indian man with a golden aura. His teachings were brought to the world by Madame Blavatsky in the 19th century. There are many different theories as to his true identity. Many believe he was a wandering man known as a rishi in India, dedicated to walking the path of spirit with the very few material possessions. Gandhi, maybe? Others believe him to have been a well-educated Sikh spiritual leader, or Sikh, S-I-K-H, who was given a pseudonym to protect his true identity. I believe that he lived a high life, but through spiritual practice was able to let go of his need for material possessions. Now he helps lightworkers go beyond the limits set by others and cultivate a personal connection to God. Knowledge is learned, wisdom is remembered. You are in a real cloak of wisdom now, like Kuthumi. You have been on a wandering path, the Two of Swords, trying to find answers through study and the insights of others. But now you are uncovering the truth of your own soul. Your soul is leading the way, and you are being encouraged to follow. The fog is clearing, the light has come, and it is shining on you. Your soul is saying, yes, it's your cheerleader. Follow it and trust the endless wisdom within you. Go, go, go. So it's like, which path are you going to take? You're going to take the old path that you've already been around and continue doing the vicious cycles? Or you're going to take this new path that the soul's like, hey, come this way. You're like, I don't know. I haven't been down that road. I've been down this road, even though it keeps coming back to, and I keep going in circles. Sacred Spirit, what's the message for Virgo in September of 2020? Love and light. Resistance. Higher invitation is required. Act with care. Sending this love and light means two things. Love, the deepest form of unconditional love possible that you have in your heart and beyond physical comprehension. And light, the pursuit from a light that permeates any darkness and finds any cracks or imbalances that are unable to resonate at this frequency or vibration, gently raising those to this level. People can sometimes be resilient to assistance. Those with addictions or challenging behavioral or physical issues may not be able to ask or be willing to receive help. Feeling helpless can be overwhelming to caregivers and those with strong empathetic qualities. They're into self-denial. They don't even realize they need help, possibly. Not being able to offer aid or having assistance refused from a person's pride is too great can also feel disheartening. More importantly, though, is to remember to respect their free will by acknowledging their own personal interference or intrusion into this person's life. Being too pushy in this area will have the opposite effect in personal karmic backlash, so make sure your ego is kept in check. So it's like realizing you're talking to yourself when you're talking to somebody else. Like, I'm talking to you, but I realize I'm just talking to myself, even though I'm talking to you. It's like seeing others in yourself and others, right? Those stuck in victimhood archetypes or their emotional pain body are often not willing to be active participants in their own healing on a conscious level, particularly if their reasoning is recent or raw, including issues such as trauma and grief. Everyone heals in their own time, and it's important for respect to be given in this moment. All you can do right now is send this issue or person love and light. You are merely an observer in this case, and it is out of your control. Regardless of the physical outcome, there is a little you can do except send this loving energy to this issue. This has the potential to energetically shift the situation into a positive outcome. Anyone you can receive this loving form of healing energy, purely sending from your heart with the celestial realm of 100% pure light, can alter loving energies into a higher frequency, helping those experiencing hardships or a tough time in life. Shadow aspect. Pride, emotional, down here, remember, emotion, and physical defiance, loss. So that also ties down to physical aspect yourself. Those cards that we had. Physical aspect yourself, 8 of Pentacles, abundance, 3 of Pentacles. Social aspect of yourself, Queen of Swords, emotions, 3 of Cups. Sacred crystal, that might help, rose quartz. Angel assistance, guardian angel Ramiel, giving and receiving love and compassion. Affirmation. I accept. I cannot save everyone. I choose to help those open to assistance. That makes me think of the King of Fire over here in your emotional aspect of yourself. 2 of Swords, the Tower. Which power animal can help Virgo in September of 2020? Porcupine. Innocence. Free yourself of guilt and shame. See the world through the eyes of a child, trusting your inner mother and father to be there whenever you need them. Protection is available when you need it, so you can feel safe in expressing yourself in all the different ways you've always wanted to. There's boldness and innocence, and no more need to hide behind any childhood guilt about perceived misdeeds, or be consumed with shame about revealing your true self. You're a gentle soul and have never intentionally harmed anyone. Release any guilt over your behavior and shame about yourself in this situation. There's no need to feel resentful, victimized, or arrogant toward anyone else either. Be the child of God that you are in your heart. Live in the garden. Others may cause you to prickle, but truly most of what they do or say to you is harmless and not a threat. So be joyful and grateful, and let everything you do be done with complete abandon. Dance, laugh, sing, and be free again, just like you were on the day you were born. Virgo, on the planet Earth, dancing, joyous. Additional association, humility, protection, sensitivity, trust. Wisdom of the Oracle. What's the message for Virgo in September of 2020? Tick-Tock. Timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. When humans create time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations. Knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now, and always show up when you need them, right on time. And being aware of that, and down here with the appreciation, abundance, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, correlates with this. Relationship message. Love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart, in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. Prosperity message. Your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. It will teach you what you need to know or learn to get pushed back into alignment. Protection message. Have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest? There's nothing to fear. You will never run out of time. For the important things, the miracles that are yours and yours alone, can't be missed. Isn't that amazing? You're in such capable hands with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine, appropriate timing. You can relax. Cosmic message for Virgo in September 2020. Time out. Stop racing around the clock. Step outside and feel the magic and oneness of nature. Time out. If you have picked this card, Spirit is calling for you to slow down. Take some time out from your busy schedule and the hustle and bustle of your everyday life. Chasing the clock and getting yourself all caught up in the illusion of time has been taking its toll on you, dear one. For so long you have been at war with time, with statements like, I just don't have enough time. Spirit understands your hunger and desire to evolve as a soul and can see the blockages that stop you from exploring further. You see, the universe grants your wish on a daily basis by ensuring you don't have time. Your words hold so much power and as such should be used wisely. Feeling as though you don't have time can leave you irritable, anxious, and drained. Recharge your body, mind, and soul. Step away from the stress of the ticking clock. Step outside the natural world. Smell the flowers, enjoy the sunset, and breathe in nature's beauty. Disconnect from the phone, computer, and TV and connect to nature's rhythmic cycles. Ground yourself by feeling the grass under your feet. This is the best way to unwind and renew your energy resources. By having this time out to unwind and reconnect with the oneness of nature, you will feel refreshed and renewed to continue your work with inner calm and peace. You'll find that by doing this, the answers that you seek will come, and clarity and understanding will be achieved. And then come back to watch the next month's video, which will be October. Affirmation. I am alive to nature's magic as I dissolve in the oneness of all that is. Associate chakras, solar plexus, and heart. Divine animals. Which animal has a message for Virgo in September of 2020? Hyena. Fear. Examine your fears, especially the fear of difference, of the unknown, and of death. There may be an abandonment of something, a belief, a person, a place. Remember that because something is strange, it doesn't mean that it cannot be beautiful or good. We all have a job to do. We all have our own genius. Be sure you have the correct information to have a truthful understanding. The hyena, in particular, the spotted hyena, has a rich tapestry of mythos across many countries and cultures. This is from West Africa. At first there was darkness and a long night. It was very cold. There were no stars, and the moon was just being born. A long way away and up very high was the sun. Many animals thought that they might reach the sun and bring it closer. Many tried, especially the birds. The hyena watched the sun and thought, I will wait until the cycle brings it closer, and then I will grab it. He waited, looking as though he was not interested. He just got on with things. The sun ignored the hyena and circled lower. All at once, the hyena, with his huge jaws and strong teeth and ripping muscles, launched himself into the air and pulled the sun down to the earth, bringing light and warmth where there was none. He laughed happily and ate the hot bones of his prey. The mythos is from the Muru of Kenya. The supreme god Marungu wanted to tell the people that they would be reborn after they died. He decided to send Mole to the people to tell them. As Mole began his travels, he met Hyena, who asked him, Where are you going, friend Mole? And what are you doing? Mole explained the message from the god Marungu. Hyena was shocked. Well, this cannot happen. If people are not to die, then hyenas will have nothing to eat. Narrowing his eyes and baring his great teeth, he told Mole, If you tell the people this thing, I will eat you. I will find you and I will eat you. Mole was so afraid that when he came across humans, he told them that after they die, they will not be reborn. Mole then went back and told Marungu what he had done. The god punished Mole by making him spend his life away from all under the ground and only coming out at night. The hyena still has plenty to eat. The animal. It's easy to look at the strange and somewhat brutal shape of a hyena and feel that this isn't a pretty animal that doesn't have much to offer. Nothing could be further from the truth. Contrary to popular belief, the spotted hyena is more likely to be a predator carnivore than a scavenger. The big frontal cortex in their brain indicates an extremely intelligent animal with high advanced problem-solving abilities. They hunt in teams, and scientists have observed them making future preparations for hunts, which indicates they understand time, strategy, and hunting cooperation. Hyena society is a matriarchal one, with females being larger and more dominant than males. Females are competitive with one another and only provide for their own pups. Prey is normally chased down over longer distances rather than surprised. The hyena has powerful endurance to do this, so it is not surprising that it possesses an extra large heart compared to its total body weight. Spotted hyenas have an unmistakable shape and gait. with a powerful set of jaws and shoulders and smaller rounded hindquarters. Their front heavy design make it almost impossible for them to be pulled off prey from behind. Their skull is one of the heaviest and most robustly built of carnivores, and their bite power is greater than that of a grizzly bear. The perfection of their design for what they do, bone crushing, is incredible. The long-held and incorrect observation that hyenas are hermaphrodites come from the difficulty of telling the sexes apart. The females have genitalia that looks very much like a penis, but it is not. Okay? Spotted hyena is one of the oldest subjects of cave art from the Upper Paleolithic era and is featured clearly in the Lascaux and Chauvet caves in France. They once ranged throughout Europe. Hyena magic is complex and is a living tradition. The hyena is its own sacred deity, much like the coyote in the Native American tradition. Although it is perhaps darker in nature, hyenas are tricksters, boundary riders, and they bring the bringers of mystery and are important in funerary rituals. They may be harbingers of death, but they also clear away what is no longer needed. In Nigerian traditions, hyenas' masks are worn to signal the end of rituals, which reflects how hyenas clear up dead things, bones and all. And everything is finished. Some societies take this literally, with the Maasai of Africa leaving their dead out to be consumed by hyenas. If a corpse is rejected by a hyena pack, it means social and spiritual disgrace. For some, hyena magic also extends to the integration and balance of masculine and feminine energies. The Barbara people of Africa employ the imagery of the hermaphrodite hyena to signify the transformation of a neophyte into a fully initiated man, a powerful symbol of the unification of masculine and feminine. Symbology: colors of white and red bones, sun, death, sun, magic. Status: of least concern but decreasing in numbers due to hunting and habitat destruction. Starseeds, what is our message for Virgo in September of 2020? Called. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. You came to Earth with a double mission, to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you toward, for it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's missions and share your soul's gifts, even though it may not seem so, or may seem like, no, I don't think so. If you're being called toward a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap. And consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. Starseed activation. From your heart, whisper the following. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I've received throughout all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all now, without hesitation or fear. I fully commit to being here now. I'm ready to step into my soul's highest and most potent calling. I've been training for this for lifetimes. And that's your reading, Virgo. Thanks for watching. Click the links below. Become a Patreon, please. See you next month. Love you.